guys, and welcome back to another SempreInter TV video. In today's video we're going to take a look ahead to this Sunday's match away to Sassuolo. Today I'm joined by Bilal Mirza.
Hey, good morning, good evening, hello everyone. Thanks Cammy for having me on, happy to be here.
Great as always to have you on, Bilal. So before getting into the preview, I'd just like to discuss the big news of the past week. The January transfer window's coming up in a few months, and the transfer rumour mill is already in full swing with Inter drawn links to several players. As per reports in the media, we're looking for another midfielder and a striker to bolster both of those departments. In terms of the midfield, it looks like Nemanja Matic of Manchester United is going to be our first option. He is out of contract at the end of the season with them, and is a player that's worked with Conte previously and has been pretty successful with him too. I think he's going to be a low-cost option, and whilst we've drawn links to the likes of Arturo Vidal and Ivan Rakitic of Barcelona, I think they're more transfers that we will be targeting the summer transfer window. As for striker, we've drawn links to several different strikers. Zlatan Ibrahimovic has reportedly offered his services to the club. Personally speaking, I would not be opposed to seeing him return to the club. Obviously he played for us for a few years, and yeah, I'd be really happy to see him back. Despite him being 38, he is still really good. He's done really well at LA Galaxy, where his contract is due to expire at the end of the year, and I think just his winning mentality and his general character would really help us out in the second half of the season. Chelsea's Olivier Giroud is another player that we've drawn links to. I feel that Giroud is someone who's quite underappreciated in football. He's always done really well, especially for France. He too is also running a contract with Chelsea at the end of the season, so there's a chance we could get him on the cheap or whatever. And like Nemanja Matic, Giroud has also worked with Conte in the past. Conte in fact requested that Giroud was signed when he was at Chelsea, so yeah, need to wait and see what comes from that. There's plenty of options out there, and I'm certainly keen to see what route we go down. What do you think, Bilal?
So we heard some interesting rumors for the January shopping list that Marotta and Ausilio have put together, and the striking department, honestly I'm not surprised. They're looking for that big target man striker, which they tried to do to pull a move off in the summer transfer window, but the opportunity just wasn't there, I guess. So the two names being floating around are Olivier Giroud and Ibrahimovic. Whenever you see Ibrahimovic linked to your team, how can you not just go with Ibrahimovic? I mean, the guy's experienced, he's a proven winner. The attitude he brings to the team is phenomenal. I think it's the kind of guy who others on the team feed off of, and he makes everybody around him that much better. So for me, it's a no-brainer. You try and do whatever you can to get Ibrahimovic on the team. And Ibrahimovic, along with Lukaku and Alexis Sanchez, is gonna burn for Manchester United, seeing them succeed at Inter, and I can't wait to see it. So I really hope that they come into the picture. Giroud, if Ibra doesn't pan out, Giroud is not a bad shout either. He is good with hold-up play. He's done that, not at level of Ibrahimovic, but if Ibra is not there, then Giroud is definitely a good shout also. What we have seen from Conte is that he likes to have one powerful target man kind of a striker who others can play off of. And while Lukaku is not that ideally, he can do much more. He has good pace, even though he's really strong and physical, where he can be dynamic to be a target man striker, plus also one that can really run at the defender. So it's really dynamic from that perspective. But Giroud can really do well in that hold-up striker role. He does that really well also.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with what you've had to say there. So let's get into the preview. This is our first match back after the international break, and the team are undoubtedly going to be going out at the Mapai Stadium wanting to right the wrongs for the past few weeks. The past two matches we've lost, so fingers crossed we can get ourselves back to winning ways. The recent international break has brought about a lot of problems for Inter, particularly on the injury front. Alexis Sanchez has picked up an injury to his ankle and was operated on during the week, and it looks like he's going to be out for the next few months and returning around January time. Danilo D'Ambrosio has also picked up an injury. He broke his toe in Italy's win over Greece, and he looks to be out for a few weeks. And then Stefano Sensi, just as it looked like he was going to be coming back from that injury against Juventus, has injured himself again in training, unfortunately. The club have confirmed that he has sustained a muscle injury, and haven't really given a timeline for return, although reports are suggesting that he is going to be out for a week or two. Unfortunately, he is a really big miss for us. I think he's a player we certainly need in the team, as evidenced by kind of the collapsing performance against Juventus. Sassuolo are down in 15th place in the league, while of course we're in 2nd place. Despite them being kind of so low in the table, they do have players who can hurt their opposition on days, such as Domenico Berardi. And although our record away to them isn't great, we've lost 4 of the 6 times we've played there, I am still confident that we've got enough in the tank to get back to winning ways and beat them, even if Antonio Conte decides to rotate the team slightly, as the media kind of suggesting, with the likes of Alessandro Bastoni coming into the team in place of Diego Godin. I'm also keen to see how Sebastiano Esposito gets on. Obviously, the club have kind of held him back from going to the Under-17 World Cup due to Alexis Sanchez's injury and the fact he'd been left extremely short in the attack. So I think there's a chance he could maybe get some minutes on Sunday. After all, Antonio Conte is going to want Lautaro Martinez and Romelu Lukaku kind of in their best condition for the Dortmund game, which is a massive game in our Champions League group stage, even kind of this early on into the group. So I think perhaps Esposito could well come on off the bench, kind of replacing one of them to give them a bit of rest kind of ahead of it. What are your thoughts ahead of the game, Bilal?
So the game will be very interesting. I'm very happy that international break is finally over. We get to see some inter games again. The break couldn't have come at a worse time for me, simply because we are coming off of 2 performances where we could have won but let it slip away. Juventus were playing better in the Derby d'Italia match. Tough loss, but one that I think would in the long run probably help this team build some character and learn from those mistakes and help the team at a bigger scale and help identify the gaps and fill them in the January transfer market perhaps. So this is a refreshing break. We're happy to be back. Interested to see how well Lukaku does. He scored on international break, which was a very positive sign. He had been dealing with a nagging injury lately going into the international break. So interesting to see how he gets on in Serie A matches again. Another thing to keep an eye on as well is that looks like Antonio Conte is rumored to start on Bastoni instead of Godin in defense, and he looks like he likes having a left-footed centre back on the left centre back position, and we've seen that although Skriniar has held his own in that position, that he has not done as well as we have seen him to do in the left centre back position, and so hopefully having him be on the right side, he can go back to being the dominant centre back that we have seen him to be. So that will be an interesting thing. Should Bastoni start ahead of Godin? Maybe he's just saving Godin for the Champions League match. You never know. But either way, it will be interesting. It'll be also be interesting to see if he starts Politano in attack. Or does he go with the 2-striker formation with Lukaku and Lautaro Martinez? So lots to pay attention to in that front. So I expect a low-scoring match, unfortunately, here because Sassuolo, going by past performances, they're going to sit back. They're going to defend with all men behind the ball and only wait on the counter-attacking opportunities and try and utilize the wingers to dart forward and jump in a quick counter-attack opportunity and try and score a goal. Other than that, I expect Consiglio to have his one of his 2 annual world-class goalkeeping performances, always against Inter, unfortunately. But I'm secretly hoping that I hope he doesn't have that, and he has the kind of performance that we've seen from him against other goalkeepers. And so that bit aside, I think Inter should come out as winners, in my opinion. 2-0 Inter victory with goals from Lautaro Martinez and Nicolo Barella.
That's all I've got for today. Be sure to like and subscribe and let us know down in the comments below kind of what you think of the links to different players and kind of what your thoughts ahead of the match. Thanks as always to Bilal for coming on too.
Thanks once again for having me on, Cammy. All the best and Forza Inter.